in the interim, you had a bye week, and I know you didn't want to have to go through that, but as a leader, what do you do in that bye week, and what do you do this week to prepare your team to get back to the field?
Yeah, we just get back to who we are. Don't lose sight of what kind of team we are. Competitors, hard-nosed football players that love the game and love playing for each other. So last week was a lot of team compete, good on good, and I think that was the best thing for us.
Is there any value in like somewhat of a mental reset when you guys get a day or two off on the weekend?
Absolutely, I think there's a huge aspect to that. Going 4 weeks, 5 weeks, however long, if you include training camp, probably 8 weeks. It was a big reset. I know for myself it was, and a lot of the guys. So, but everyone's itching to get back on the field.
Just watch football or spend time with family?
Yeah, I had Thursday. Took Thursday off. Friday, Saturday, just went out, hung out with my family, worked out, and then watched football. And kind of got ready for Michigan State. Kind of just first glances and kind of seeing what stuff I like. But it was a relaxing weekend for sure.
You get an appreciation for what the Big Ten's going to bring to you over the next 8 weeks by watching games at all?
Yeah, I think it presents a great opportunity for our football team to step up and win the big games that, for so long around here has been kind of lost. But I know everyone's excited to get back out there.
Where did you kind of need to step up as a leader? I know you were pretty adamant about this as a time when you guys needed to come together. Luke said you did a good job of that, so where did you kind of have to lead in the bye week?
Yeah, I think, I knew we had a special team when right after the game we came back in the locker room and, normally where it's pointing fingers and he did this, you did that. But we just kind of latched on it and came together. And from my point of view, it's just making sure that guys aren't making excuses for themselves and making sure that they understand that it's our responsibility. No one's going to come hand us anything. So we wouldn't want it any other way.
Dylan, what has been the mentality of the offensive lines of Michigan just as far as stepping it up and being challenged more here this past week?
Yeah, I mean, the same thing every week. Sometimes you get hit in the mouth, and whether it's, them or, honestly, I don't think that everything was them. I would put a lot of it on myself and, not being able to, get the football out, I need to make sure that I help them out with that. So I would be careful putting all of it on them just because it's not just those 5 guys, but it's the receivers, it's the running backs, and ultimately it's me. So I'll take that one, and I know we'll learn from it and be better.
Your evaluation of the red zone offense so far, you spent some time kind of studying a few of those plays.
Yeah, I think honestly, for being honest, it's been poor, and I think if we, punch those in for 6 points, the game will turn and the momentum and things will shift. So that's an emphasis. I think every single week there's not a week that you don't want to score in the red zone. There's money down there and you got to go get it. So that's important.
Just announced your name in the Jason Witten Collegiate Man of the Year watch list.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Off the field and on the field. I was going to ask you about just the off the field
Yeah.
stuff, like how important that's been to you to be part of the community along with being a quarterback here.
Yeah, so growing up, my parents, I'd give them all the credit for raising hopefully a great young man that cares about more than just football. And for me, is to give back to our community because there's so much that goes in them supporting us and them doing so many things for Husker football. So, that's the least I can do is go out and give back to the community. And I feel, it's an honor to kind of be viewed as that. But, it's cool. I didn't know that.
Do you have an appreciation for just how good the quarterback play is in the league right now? I mean, there's 10 or 11 guys that are above 65%, a lot of touchdown throws, not many interceptions.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I think I don't know how to say this, but the Big Ten's a special league, and I think that people are starting to see that now. But at the end of the day, it's all football. It's the guy that gets the ball every down, getting into people that make plays, and I think football, if you look at it from that standpoint, it's very simple, and you just got to stick to those things and making plays.
Is there anybody in that group that you particularly respect or enjoy watching?
Every single one of them, because I know and understand everything that they go through, and I respect all of them. There's not one guy that I can single out that I respect more than the other because we all go through the same thing. So it's it's honestly cool to see guys, and on the bye you get to watch guys in your conference go out there and play and compete, and it's nothing better than seeing someone go win and watching people fight and try to win a football game.
And what jumps out about Michigan State, their defense, and maybe how they've attacked and gone after quarterbacks?
Yeah, I mean they have a great front, great linebackers, and their safeties and corners play very well together. They play hard, and you face a team that plays hard and they play sound. They can create issues if you're not on your P's and Q's. So we'll have our hands full coming in Saturday, especially after coming off a bye week. They're coming off a bye, we're coming off a bye, and previous experiences from them, they've come out and beat some pretty good teams off a bye week. So any given Saturday, something could happen, and hopefully we'll be on the winning side of that.
Dylan, how's your experience? Your dad played so long, and just being a high-profile recruit helped you not pay attention to whether it's praise or negative critiques or in between, just go about your business.
Yeah, my father has a big impact on that. I think my mom gets lost in it just because my dad's played, but my mom really knows everything about the game, and yeah, I mean whether it's good or whether it's bad, it doesn't matter. The game, the time of the game, when you got to play, how many snaps you got to play, doesn't care about the previous weeks or things that happened before. So, I have a very strict process, and I follow it to a T, and I make sure that every week that it happens. And when you get results that are somewhat good, then you lean in and you double down on that process and you just keep moving. But it hasn't been good enough. Obviously losing a football game, so self-evaluated and tighten the screws up, and we'll be ready to buckle our chin straps and go win this weekend.
All right. Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you.